happening in the United States right now. Millions of people are without electricity. Flights are cancelled, and entire cities are covered in snow and ice. What's up, everyone? My name is Osas. Welcome to my stream. And today we are talking about the massive winter storm currently hitting the US and what it means for people living there. As we speak, over 1 million homes are affected. Temperatures are dropping dangerously low. And emergency service are stretched time. I will be showing you videos from trusted sources like CNN and BBC. If you are watching live, tell me where you are watching from in the chat and smash the like button and don't forget to subscribe. So, footage credit to CNN, and please hold on, let me show you the video.
Atlanta's Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport here, bracing for ice coming in this storm. More than 3,300 flights canceled across the country today. More than 6,000 flights canceled tomorrow as airports across the country are grappling with the monster storm. That's according to FlightAware. Major hubs have been gearing up for the onslaught of cancellations and delays and other changes, not just during the storm, but afterwards. CNN aviation correspondent Pete Muntean has the latest.
Things for travelers only get more maddening from here on out. On Saturday and Sunday stand to be the worst days for U.S. air travel in the last year. We're talking cancellations in the thousands. Some major airline hubs in the path of this storm: Dallas, Fort Worth, Memphis, Nashville, all planning on getting a major hit from this storm, including some places like Atlanta Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport, one of the busiest airports in the world, where airport officials insist that they are ready for this storm. They have the plows ready to go and they have the de-icing equipment ready to go. Here is what airlines are doing. They are offering passengers what's called travel waivers, meaning they can change or cancel their flights free of charge if they're on a long list of impacted cities. Airlines are trying to move planes out of the path of the storm, along with their crews, and bringing in extra employees to the airports themselves to try and make it so that when the storm passes, things can get back to normal more quickly. But the big issue, the lingering issue, is the cold. And here at Reagan National Airport outside Washington, D.C., the highs next week are anticipated to not crest above 30 degrees Fahrenheit. That'll make it especially tough for the workers on the ramp here at the airport, meaning it will be a slow, tough go for airlines and travel from here on out. Pete Muntean, CNN, Reagan National Airport.
Thank you, Pete. Let me take you outside now. We're seeing the snow coming down across much of the country. You've got Oklahoma City on the left of the screen. You can see snow blanketing the city, especially the streets there. And on the right, Little Rock, Arkansas, roads covered in snow. Be careful out there. Stay in if you can. We're tracking a major winter storm that is now really ramping up across a huge swath of the country this morning. Let's take a look at where this winter storm is now. Starting to head to the northeast, but it's still slamming the south and Midwest. The snow, sleet, and freezing rain will stretch over 1,000 miles today, and destructive amounts will start to build up in eastern Texas through the Mississippi Valley. Now, Texas is already seeing more than 25,000 power outages. That's only expected to continue to rise. For the areas waiting on the storm and watching, they're preparing as best they can, assaulting roads, getting supplies, getting electricity crews ready for the outages, and neighbors are looking out for each other. In Washington, D.C., volunteers are ready to help out with help people who cannot shovel their way out of the storm.
Why'd you come out today to pick up a shovel and volunteer with Snow Heroes?
So funny enough, I actually used to work for the DDOT snow team, and I changed jobs this year. And since I can't work for the snow team for the district, that I decided let me just volunteer so I can give back in my own way.
All right, the team here at CNN is covering this storm across the country. CNN meteorologist Allison Chinchar, correspondent Ivan Rodriguez, he's in Dallas. National correspondent Rafael Romo, he is in Atlanta. Let's get to Ivan first in Texas. I got a preview of your shot during my last show, and you were getting some snow down there. So give us an idea of what's happening now.
Victor, good morning. It was definitely snowing a lot harder than it is right now. It seemed like the snow eased, but that freezing rain is still coming down, and the temperatures, well, of course, it's still freezing out here as well. Within the last 10 minutes or so, we saw some people salting some of these sidewalks. That's an image that we've now begun to see here in front of American Airlines Center, where we're standing here in downtown Dallas. And in talking about preparations, before this storm started, we actually went to a hardware store and we were speaking with the manager there, talking about how are people preparing, what are they buying, and he told me that a couple of things. One was generators, and they were completely sold out of generators. They were also buying propane, faucet covers, just trying to prepare for this storm. And of course, we're talking about ice here in Dallas. Up to maybe half an inch of ice is possible, which could bring down tree branches. It could damage power lines. The power grid, Victor, has been a big topic of conversation. A lot of people remembering that storm from 5 years ago that left millions of people without power. But we're also keeping an eye on the airport, specifically here in Dallas. The two major airports, Dallas-Fort Worth and Love Field. At Dallas-Fort Worth, more than 74% of flights there have been canceled. At Love Field, more than 60% of flights have been canceled. Today will be hectic at the airport. Tomorrow, a lot of cancellations across the country as well that we're keeping an eye on.
All right, Ivan Rodriguez for us in Dallas. Thank you very much. Now in the southeast, people are preparing for what could be some of the worst winter weather in years in spots that really are not used to snow or ice or sleet. Florida and Georgia are working together to send road crews and electric crews to North Georgia to help out with equipment like plow trucks and salt spreaders. CNN's Rafael Romo joins us from Atlanta. How's it looking so far?
Hi, good morning, Victor. Well, it's a cloudy morning, but beautiful here in Atlanta. It's calm right now, but in the last 24 hours, we have noticed many people rushing to the stores to stock up on food, water, and other basic necessities to get ready for the storm making its way to this part of the country. Snow and dangerous ice are already falling in the south central U.S. We saw Ivan Rodriguez's report just a few moments ago, and spreading east. This storm is spreading east towards states like Georgia, here in Georgia, and it's already pummeling Texas and Arkansas. Earlier today, we got images from Fayetteville, Arkansas, where it started snowing overnight, and snow plows were already working on the roads before sunrise. Here in Atlanta, officials at Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport announced Friday they had more than 100,000 gallons of liquid brine and de-icer on hand, along with nearly 100 tons of solid de-icer and a sand salt mix for the world's busiest airport. The storm will impact more than 2,000 miles from Texas to New England through the weekend. The East Coast is bracing for the storm. The National Weather Service issued a winter storm warning for the New York City and surrounding areas, calling for heavy snow with total accumulations between 10 and 14 inches. New York officials say they're ready to face this challenge.
We will over-communicate with New Yorkers. We are going to tell you at every instance when we have new information about the storm what it is.
We prepare for this all year round. We'll have 2,000 sanitation workers working on every shift. They'll be working 12-hour shifts.
And Victor, the impact of the storm is already being felt at airports across the country as the number of U.S. flight cancellations continues to jump. According to FlightAware, more than 3,250 flights are canceled today, and more than 5,900 more are canceled Sunday. Just to give you an idea about the situation at airports across the nation, Sunday is already the worst day for U.S. flight cancellations in the past year. Victor, now back to you.
Wow, Rafael Romo with the reporting there from Atlanta. Thank you very much. Let me take you to Quincy, Massachusetts. Officials are trying a pretty unique way to push people to move their cars so that plows and emergency crews can actually do their jobs. They're using fake tickets to get the message across. This really shows just how critical every minute is with a storm this big.
We put fake tickets on cars just to warn people that we will be towing. We try to give them some advance notice. We go out with the police on loudspeakers, ask people to move their cars, because that's one of the biggest issues we have, parking.
There's people that have medical conditions that get very nervous and anxious of something like this, and that's why we got to move those cars. So if there is an incident, we can get that ambulance to that house.
CNN meteorologist Allison Chinchar is with me now. This storm is huge. Some people still a day away from feeling the worst of it, but some people getting hit now.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, when you look at the expanse of how many people are under these winter weather alerts, again, it stretches such a large distance. Take a look at this. Winter storm warnings cover more than 1,400 counties. That is the most on record since at least 2008. Again, just to kind of show you that it's very rare to get this many people impacted all by the same system.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you, CNN, for that wonderful video you showed us. Credit to CNN. So let's break this down. Let's break it down. The United States is currently dealing with one of the most powerful winter storms this season. Heavy snow, freezing rain, and dangerous ice have shut down roads, airports, schools, and businesses. Some cities are currently frozen. Cars can't move, planes can't take off, and power lines are down. Imagine waking up and there's no lights, no heating, and the temperature outside is far below freezing. That is the reality for many families right now. I'm just trying to, right now I'm in Nigeria, and I'm just like, what about this thing is happening in Nigeria? How will Nigerians survive? But I later discovered that Nigerians will surely survive because currently we are in the dry season and the sun is very, very hot. The sun is very, very hot. So, and there's another video from CNN that show what the ice actually did to the Americans, deprive Americans from traveling, deprive Americans from electricity. So a lot of Americans, they are indoor right now. They can't go out, they can't travel, they can't walk because of the ice, because of the snow. So let me show you one of the other videos from CNN.
Take a look at this live look at
So
Dallas
as you can see right
from our
now,
affiliate
that is from
KTVT.
CNN reporter,
Near Pittsburgh,
and
the
the winter
heaviest snow
storm
is yet
brings
to come,
snow,
but
ice from
forecasters
Gulf
say
Coast.
some areas
You can
could
see
see
the man
a
trying
foot of
to
snow before
remove
the
the
storm
snow
tapers off
from
tomorrow.
the
This is what
road.
people awakened to this morning in Austin,
So the
Texas.
voice you're hearing
Ice
currently
and snow
is Osa's voice from
blanketing the
Nigeria,
city as the
reporting
worst of the
from
storm
Lagos
blew
State.
through the region overnight. In Florence, Alabama, first responders found themselves in need of help. Their fire truck slid off the ice-covered road. No one was hurt, and an industrial tow team was able to pull it free. In the South, freezing rain has been the big problem. This is Clarksville, Tennessee. The state has seen more than half an inch of ice, causing widespread power outages. Indeed, across the U.S. right now, more than 900,000 homes and businesses are without power. Tennessee makes up almost a third of that. We're following all these late-breaking developments of this very, very dangerous monster storm. CNN's Gloria Pazmino is on the scene for us in New York. Right now, CNN meteorologist Allison Chinchar is over at the CNN Weather Center. Let's begin with you, Gloria. What is New York experiencing right now?
Well, Wolf, I just want to show you very quickly. If we turn around right now, I know you're a Buffalo guy, but people are out here enjoying the conditions. This guy just strapped on his skis and is going for a walk in Central Park. And as you can see, there's a lot of people here. Even though I just spoke to Mayor Zohran Mamdani a few hours ago, and he was telling me he really is asking New Yorkers to stay inside. The reason for that is so that sanitation workers can get to work clearing the roads, cleaning up the sidewalks. So far, so good, he told me. The city has significantly increased the number of workers. Take a listen.
We had initially had 2,000 DSNY workers for every 12-hour shift. That's now gone up to 2,500 people per 12-hour shift. We're seeing a lot of their work in advance of the storm being critical in helping us meet this moment. We are frankly seeing too many New Yorkers still out on the roads. That's actually impeding the ability for sanitation to meet this moment. So the more people stay home, the more work our city workers can actually get done.
Well, also important here in New York City, the mayor announced earlier today that tomorrow the city schools, the public schools will be closed. The buildings will be closed, but students will be doing remote learning. That's big news for families and parents who, of course, need the time to be able to plan starting into the work week tomorrow. I also spoke to a handful of New Yorkers this morning, Wolf. You know, not much keeps people inside their home, and there's a lot of people trying to take in the scenery, trying to take in the storm, taking pictures, including one man who told me this morning he ran 7 miles. Take a listen.
Why not? I mean, this is beautiful. I feel like when it snows, everything kind of slows down. Everything's calm. The city gets quiet. Looks like manageable right now.
Are you well prepared, fully stocked?
Yeah, we are. We did the grocery shopping. We got the car all taken care of, put in the garage. It's crazy out here.
Yeah.
I'm sick of it.
You're sick of it?
Yeah.
Too cold?
Too cold.
So, Wolf, we are still expecting several more hours of snowfall, and the big question going into the evening will, of course, be the cleanup. A bit of a new test and a new challenge for this new administration, from the new mayor. But so far, so good from what we have been seeing around on the roads here in Manhattan. Wolf?
A lot of snow in New York City right now. All right, Gloria, thank you very much. I want to step back and get the big picture right now. Our meteorologist, Allison Chinchar, is over at the CNN Weather Center for us. Allison, what are you seeing? What does it look like?
All right, so we've got a little bit of everything, Wolf. You've got your rain, you've got your snow, you've got your ice, and even the potential for tornadoes, because this is a very extreme storm system as it continues to make its way off to the north and east. You can see heavy snow right now across portions of Boston, Baltimore, Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, even across Youngstown, Ohio. Stretching down to the south, we're starting to see those temperatures warming back up, so the change over into rain for some folks in Alabama and Georgia and even Florida. But you've also got some thunderstorms down across the extreme south. This is where we have the potential for tornadoes going through the rest of the afternoon and early evening. This tornado watch is in effect until 6 p.m. Central Time today, as we could expect some of those stronger thunderstorms along the southern fringe of that line. Farther north, though, those temperatures are much cooler. That's why you're getting more of the winter precipitation. You have several still that are kind of right there along that freezing mark, so it's a little bit of a mix. Sometimes snow, sometimes freezing rain or sleet. But farther north, where the temperatures are well below freezing, this is where we're getting the snow. And that dark purple color, that's where you're talking about the incredibly heavy bands of snow. Now, where we've had a lot of significant icing, this is where you're seeing some of those highest power outage numbers. But we do expect to see some additional colors popping on this map, especially farther east and farther north as the storm system continues to progress for the day today. Looking at some of these ice amounts, it's no wonder you have such high power outages. Look at this. Brentwood, Tennessee, that's a suburb of Nashville, 3/4 of an inch of ice. Several others, places like Louisiana, Tennessee, Kentucky, right around that half-inch mark. And some of those numbers are still going to go up because it's not done. These are the areas where we could still see up to an additional 1/4 of an inch of ice on top of what they've already had. Now, for the rest of the day today, the focus is really going to be the southeast, the mid-Atlantic, and the northeast before the system as a whole begins to finally wrap up by the time we get to Monday morning.
That's a long time from now, from my perspective here in Washington, D.C. All right, Allison Chinchar, thank you. And Gloria Pazbino, thanks to you as well.
Bill Weir is with us in very snowy New York City. So, Bill, any signs that this is letting up?
Not yet, Manu. I think we're going to be in for this inch an hour or so rate until prime time, and then it'll ease off. The forecast now for 8 inches. The greatest blizzard ever, 10 years ago. The second greatest 10 years before that, but it looks like this one is going to break the streak of just epic 2-3 feet of snow on years that end in 6, but still enough to get the families out under the Manhattan Bridge. We don't get a lot of vertical drop in Brooklyn, so this is one of the key sledding hills here as well. You can't even see Manhattan across the East River in this whiteout condition here, but we've got thousands of snowplows on the streets of New York City, 700 salt spreaders, although at this temperature, salt doesn't work as well once it gets below 15 degrees or so. So they have to add brine to it a little bit, but the new mayor of New York City, Zohran Mamdani, promising that they are prepared. But the story around the rest of the country, this is so huge, it affects nearly 200 million people, and nearly 24 states have now declared a state of emergency. Let's go down to Kentucky, a place more familiar with roses and bluegrass than ice and blizzard conditions. Derek Van Dam, our meteorologist, is there. What's the latest, Derek?
Yeah, they're also known for bourbon and horse races here where I'm at in Louisville, Kentucky, right? You're in a real life snow globe, so am I. It's transitioned from that sleet and freezing rain to more of the lighter, fluffier snow. Just a kind of scene set here for you to give you an idea where we are in Louisville downtown. Over my right shoulder, that's the Clark Memorial Bridge. And if you go north on that bridge, you're right into Indiana. And that's where some of the heaviest snow bands have set up into southern Indiana and into south central Ohio. That's taking a look at the latest radar here on my graphics, and it's pretty clear to see that as well. But this system is not done, and it's impacting so many states, like Bill rightly said. But what I found very interesting is that there was lightning in the ice that was falling from the sky from central Mississippi into western Tennessee. Now, the temperature difference between where I'm at, Louisville, about, what is it right now? It looks like 15 degrees according to my graphics. Just to our south in Nashville, it's 31 degrees. And those temperature difference between 100 miles or so is all the difference between what type of precipitation we're getting, because Nashville, they got a ½ an inch of ice. Meanwhile, we have sleet. And that's kind of that granular type ice pellets that you see here. So this is going to reduce the overall snowfall totals here because there's a warm layer of temperature just above us here at the surface. But let's walk around because I want to show you the streets largely deserted. Heads up, Stu, there's a curb there, but you can see the snow has covered the roads. Difficult travel conditions. There's a stalled out vehicle in the background there as well. And really the concern here is that the temperatures are going to go through this rapid drop for about 50% of the United States. And one other thing to note about this is in the southern portion of this massive winter storm is the potential for severe weather today too. So if you're in the western panhandle of Florida, southern Alabama, into southwestern Georgia, you might even see an isolated tornado pickup. I saw from the Storm Prediction Center, there's a what's called a forecast discussion, area forecast discussion, highlighting that risk right now in the coming hours. So we're going to monitor that. But on the cold side where we are, we've got the dynamic storm system that's unfolding right before our eyes with a full-fledged ice storm possible and continuing across the mid-Atlantic and especially into the southern Appalachian, northeast Georgia. That area could get up to 3/4 to an inch of ice. That is debilitating, crippling ice that will bring down power lines and ground transport to a halt on the roadway. So lots of problems associated with this massive storm.
Credit to CNN. All right, you're welcome back again. Once again, my name is Osaz from Nigeria. In case you are seeing me for the first time, I'm from Nigeria and I'm reporting live from Lagos State. Now, let's talk about the trading snow that is taking place right now in America. And this particular snow is disturbing a lot of people. A lot of people don't feel like to go out because they are being deprived right now with their movements. Because of the snow, they can travel, they can go anywhere. They are indoor right now. I'm just trying to imagine if this particular snow takes place in my country, Nigeria. I don't even know. We don't even have good road to start with. How are we going to cater for, to cover our body? And we are very, very happy with this weather that God used to bless us, because our politicians, they are not even, they don't even put the citizen first. They put their interests first before the citizen. So, and in America right now, which is the United States of America, a lot of power issues. A student can go to school, and parents can go to work. So, aside that, let me take you straight to the northern part of the America, where it was reported from BBC that 14 people died because of the snow. So let me take you there straight to North America.
Heavy snow and ice have hit North America. A massive winter storm continues to move across the country, battering the northeastern states overnight and moving up into Canada. At least 14 people are reported to have died. 40% of America's population are now under weather warnings. The National Weather Service says dangerously cold winds and heavy snowfalls of nearly 0.5 metre are expected as the bad weather is sweeping north. There's been widespread travel disruption with thousands of flights cancelled. Across the country, nearly 1 million households have lost power. Those power lines you can see right here, they've been knocked out in the state of Tennessee, which along with Texas, Mississippi and Louisiana was among the worst hit. but 140 million people all the way up to Canada are in the storm's path. This is Toronto at the moment. Residents in Canada's largest city urged to stay indoors. The city's Pearson Airport saw a record-breaking 46 centimetres of snowfall on Sunday. At least 23 US states declaring emergencies, including New York. The state governor warned people to stay inside. Let's bring in Bradley Blackburn. He is from CBS News.
Well, Lucy, I'm out here with the dog walkers this morning. You can see people are out and about. It is cold. There's a lot of snow, but it's a picture postcard here in Central Park. New York City hasn't seen snowfall like this in several years, so you can be sure the sledders will be out in force today, too. But this is also a very serious storm, as you mentioned. By some counts, the death toll is now more than a dozen blamed on this slow-moving storm that has affected more than 180 million people over the course of the last few days. The storm went all across the eastern seaboard. It is now moving through New York City, New England. But even after it passes, Lucy, forecasters expect that below average temperatures could linger for days, and that means that the cleanup will continue too. This snow is not going to melt off. It's not going anywhere. So that creates problems for major cities like New York, Philadelphia, and others. And another big problem, Lucy, power outages. 800,000 Americans are without power as of this morning, mainly in Tennessee, Mississippi, and Louisiana. And so getting that power restored is extremely urgent. Many of those people depend on electricity for heat.
Yeah, we're seeing some kids sledding in the snow, so it is fun for some. But in some of these states, Bradley, is it so dangerous out there that people are being told to stay home?
They are. Authorities ask people to stay home if at all possible. And of course, a big reason for that is just the danger on the roadways. Plowing highways and roads is an enormous job, and some cities are better equipped than others. Here in New York City, garbage trucks are used as plows, so hundreds of trucks can be out on the roads at once. That is not the case in many other cities like Oklahoma City, others in the southern part of the country where their resources are far different. They aren't equipped for a major winter storm like this. It's a far rarer occurrence, but it still carries a lot of danger, Lucy, and everybody is trying to dig out.
All right, welcome back again. My name is Usas. I'm happy to see you guys right now. And as you can see, a lot has happened in the northern part of America, and a state of emergency has taken place. And although they are having issues with the light, I know Americans can do without lights. Here in Nigeria, we can do without light. We can, we have been coping for the past 50 years now, and we are still coping. And I love what the government they are doing. They are doing everything possible to make sure that yes, the good citizen of America, they are in a good place, in good health. For the 14 people that died, may their soul rest in peace. My condolences to their family. And today I plan not to do this live stream more than 30 minutes, and I have just 2 more minutes to go. So currently I'm from Nigeria, and today's information is based on ice and snow, and credit to CNN and BBC. And if you are seeing this page for the first time, please don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to hit the like button, and don't forget to share so that other people can see what is currently happening, talking about the weather of the United States of America, how people are coping, how people are doing, how people are living. Are they inside, are they outside, or are they playing? So just share it so that people can see it in other countries that yes, emergency has taken place in some states in America. A lot of flight has been cancelled. Millions of people, they are out of light, they are indoor, and they are not happy about it. But here in Nigeria, we are in the dry season where the sun is very, very hot, and we are okay with it. We don't have any other choice but to adapt to the hot weather. So I appreciate you all for watching my live stream for 30 minutes. And tomorrow I'll be back again tomorrow. I might talk about politics tomorrow, and I don't know what tomorrow will be. But don't forget to hit the like button, don't forget to share, don't forget to subscribe, and if you have anything that you want to ask, any question you feel like asking, don't forget to ask it. Don't forget my name. My name is Osas reporting from Nigeria, Lagos State. And don't forget, I love you, and I love you all. God bless America. God bless the President of America. God bless the good citizen of America. And God bless everybody in America. Thank you. Bye.